Hello, Fairy Dust. How you doing? Are you having a good time out there? It looked like Kenny was sure enjoying himself. What's the deal with these? Can you hear me all right, Fairy Dust? Hmm. Well, are you having a good time out there, gal? Hmm. Must have lost you. Oh, okay. Hello, Miss Ashley. How you doing? Can you hear me all right, Ashley? This thing's acting a little goofy tonight. Ashley, can you hear me at all? Hello, Tracy. I don't think I'm getting through to everybody. Well, can you hear me talking? Okay. No matter. You don't like my squeaky chair? Yeah, that's good. All right. But I couldn't get Ashley or Fairy Dust to answer me. I didn't know what the deal was. Now, at least throwing in the trash and a new one run under it. Michael Ann, that gum girl, you hit and run tonight, aren't you? Well, Tracy, at least it's not bed springs squeaking. Tracy, you're a quartzite, aren't you? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, look like everybody's having a good time. Talking about this chair squeaking. Did you ever go to your in-laws' house and spend the night, and every time you turned over, the damn bed squeaked like crazy? Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best to. I plan to go this year. Things just didn't work out. Oh, you have never had that happen, Tracy? Damn, my hell. Mm-mm. Yeah, and you sure make your wife get embarrassed if you just go to moving around enough to get a rhythm going on that bed frame, even if you're not doing anything. I thought you said he was coming back, going to the airport tomorrow, Ashley. You talked to him? Tracy, the worst one I ever had about bed was my anniversary, and we were supposed to go out and have a special. Hello, Billy. This is a decent hour. You're up, aren't you? I think that the crowd that was with thee is just about the right size crowd. Okay. Kathleen, how you doing, darling? Looks like they had Kenny going on that avocado. Yeah, I know, but sometimes that gets a little bit sticky, Tim, when you go to trying to love on a man's wife. He don't appreciate it. Yeah, looks like the pot needs stirring, don't it, Tracy? I think Tracy's in one of them moods too. Cat, what are you doing tonight? Oh, right. I think Kenny's having a blast. He ain't gonna know how to act when he gets back home. We used to all them people being around. Got to hit it in the morning, Bill. Good night. Don't work too hard tomorrow, man. Well, you said you loved everybody. I didn't think you was making a move on them. Yeah, Kenny's a good dude. I wish Kenny's talking about trying to find a job. I wish he could find something on the computer. That'd be ideal. Hell, you said it. I didn't, Tim. You like me, Kathleen, that word gets slung around a lot. Oh, yeah. Okay, Tim, I'm just ragging you. And if I was nice to you, you'd think something was wrong. Yeah, I don't know anybody that doesn't like him. Now, Tracy, you don't think that will be trouble, do you? My Lord. I'm so sweet that I can't get around those bees. They just flock to me. Dang. Hey, you send Tim to his room, he closed the door. Ain't no telling what he'd be getting into. At least you can watch him in the corner. Yeah, sure. I'm just sweet as it can be. It make them bees flock to you. I would say if you believe that, I'd say some oceanfront property, but the way it's going, that ought to be in Arizona. Yeah, you watched that? What was it, Bunny Having Fun or something like that? I watched that. Do you hunt them things, Tim? For real? I know you from California, Tim, but that's another one of them deals right there. Okay. That is a little old bitty band that she's got. I don't see how she does what she does in that thing. Hey Ray, how you getting along, man? You headed back to the house? Watch her a little bit. I don't have to watch her a little bit more. Ray, you did a good job of narrating that thing. I enjoyed it. Yeah, you be careful, man. But you're a night owl anyway, as far as driving goes. That's when you like to drive. Did a lot of them pull out to out of court date today? Most of them going to pull out tomorrow. She cracked me up. She does have it. She does put up good videos. Keep you interested anyway. Okay. What does Paula think about all that crew, Ray? I know you can't type that much. I wonder if Paula thinks it's like she hoped it would be. Huh. We got so many of them stupid things. Can't they just about took his whole state over, and they make a rabbit plumb ashamed of itself on how many litters they have. But your eyes must be better than mine, Tim. My buddy gives me a hard time about that AR-15, Tim. We got some of the first ones when I was in the service, and they were junk. Okay. Well, that one ought to work. But we had them 16s, and they were junk. I hated them. Will that link work for you? There we go. Hello, Mr. Ray. How you doing, man?
Doing good, Ron. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, doing fine.
Just on my way home. I'm back in California.
How much further you got to go?
Started about an hour ago, so I have about 2.5 hours left to drive.
That's not too bad.
That's not bad.
You did a good job of narrating that video today.
Oh, on Dee's live stream, huh?
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
Hello, Amy. Yeah, well, it looked like everybody's having a good time.
Oh, it was a blast. It's just, it's hard to put words after knowing all of them for the last year and a half, and for all of us to get together like that and, listen to music by the campfire, telling stories, listening to music, dancing, drinking, playing music. It was really special. Definitely very, very special. It meant a lot to me. For sure.
Yeah, I sure hate I missed that.
Yeah. I think I made Box Fan D cry a couple times, so it was a little bit of a payback because she always makes me cry, and so I got her back.
Tell me what the deal is about the avocado with Kenny.
Well, it's been a thing. I've been trying to inspire him to have some avocados, and so he actually tried avocado 3 times, I believe, on this trip. He had guacamole. He had, I think, 2 different types of guacamole, which he liked. But the avocado by itself with a little bit of sea salt, he didn't care for too much. He gave that one a 1. So he has a video on that coming pretty soon. But it was just great to hang out with him. That was probably one of my most special times with him, is spending time with Kenny. I was able to sit right next to him the 3 days. And I had a view of Kenny just like you see him on his live streams, where he's sideways. He was just to my right for the 3 days, and it was really cool. We had a blast. We definitely had a blast.
Kenny's a good dude.
Yeah, he's fun. It's just fun to make him laugh and be silly.
Yeah, there's something about making Kenny laugh that I get a kick out of.
Yep.
I gotta agree with Kenny on the guacamole and the avocado. I don't care for avocado just by itself, but now I love guacamole.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised he tried it. I'm really surprised he did, and he liked it. He liked the guacamole, but the avocado by itself, no, not so much for him.
It really doesn't have much taste to me if it's just by itself.
Yeah, you gotta add a little sea salt, a little black pepper, and yeah, I like it. It's one of my favorite fruits.
I'll put a little lemon on it. I'm bad about putting lemon on everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. But we had a blast. It was definitely a special time for sure.
Yeah, Maddie knows his way around that guitar, doesn't he?
Man, it's special. I mean, hanging out with Maddie, it's like he's just like he is on his videos. Fun guy, playing music, joking around. He's hilarious, just hilarious.
Well, do you think Paula got what she thought she was going to get down here?
Yeah, I mean, she's been nonstop. Whether it's with the groups at Ehrenberg and hanging out at Dee's, and then next she's going to Schoolie Palooza, heading down to Mexico, and then hanging out here for a while. she's enjoying it for sure.
Oh, that's
Absolutely. Yeah.
good. That is.
We had fun. We definitely had fun. I was kind of disappointed though today.
Oh, what's that?
Well, see, I planted a prank underneath the tire of Paula's ambulance. I placed a plastic scorpion, and I had the black light, but Travis from Dream on Wheels gave it away because he noticed the plastic scorpion and said, "Hey, why is there a plastic scorpion underneath your car or the ambo next to the tire?" So he spoiled my prank because I wanted to prank Paula with this plastic scorpion. But next time.
She would still be beating on you.
But it was fun. It was definitely fun.
Well, you've run around that desert out there. A whole lot.
Oh yeah, we'll see him. We'll see him again here
See
pretty
that
soon.
many snakes, scorpions, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we have some plans probably to go to Joshua Tree or Anza Borrego. So we'll be meeting up with them here pretty soon, in a few weeks.
Much. Is Tim still gonna get to take her to Disneyland?
I believe that's the plan. Yeah, I think even Dream on Wheels. I think they're going as well.
That ought to be a crew now.
Yeah, that should be fun. I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, I've been there and done that with my kids.
Yeah,
That was enough.
I've had annual passes for like 10 years, so I'm kind of over it now.
Yeah. Well, I've been to one in Florida and one in California, both.
Oh,
Of course, my kids were little. I mean, them places really are for kids.
yeah. Yeah,
That
true.
boy mine was 5, I guess, and he would talk to anybody and was talk like a grown up. We went to the one out in Florida, and he got to cutting up and teasing a couple of them gals that were the cartoon figures, and he got to be friends with them. And I made that Barney for about 5 years. He didn't get Christmas cards and birthday cards and everything else from them little gals.
Right. Right on. Yeah. Good stuff. But I had way too much to drink last night, that's for sure. I overserved myself on some Kentucky bourbon, that's for sure. The last time I lost count, I had about 13 shots. But I lost count after that. So
I can understand that.
But it was fun. It was fun.
Drink whiskey and bourbon, folks.
Oh yeah.
I sort of lost my taste for it.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I drink was alcohol. I love a good salty dog.
Oh yeah.
And a good margarita. A lot of people don't know how to make one of those.
Love me some margaritas and some salt. Extra salt.
And I'll take the tequila shot now.
Oh, I love me some tequila.
Right.
Paula had I forgot who bought the bottle of tequila, but Paula had a big old bottle of Cornitos tequila. We had some shots. And then we had the moose milk. That lasted about 25 minutes. Both bottles of moose milk were gone within 25 minutes. Gone.
Oh, I figured that. I'm surprised somebody didn't get that recipe from Paula and make up a bunch of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I might go to there's a local liquor store. I might be able to go over there and maybe see if I can special order some moose milk for her. We'll see.
Yeah, they might have it.
Yeah. Well, I went in there the other day. They didn't have it on stock because I wanted to bring some bottles to the meetup. But maybe I can go in there and see if I can get a special order of that.
Yeah. Yes. Manual that'll work all will wind up after you get through with these next two deals.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty tasty though. I don't know if I could drink more than 2 shots of it, but it's pretty tasty. Too creamy for me.
Pretty sweet, isn't it?
It's a little sweet, but definitely creamy.
I don't think I
Yeah.
I don't like sweet alcohol.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah. It'll be fun. We had fun. Danced my butt off Saturday and Sunday. That's for sure.
Did you?
Oh yeah. My butt hurts.
You don't think dancing is that much to it until you get out there and do it all night.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had a blast. So we had DJ Ray playing the music Friday night. We had DJ Fairy Dust Saturday night, and then we had DJ Justin from Justin and Christina RV Van Life playing tonight. So that was pretty cool. It was pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah, we mixed it up. Playing all the good music you can't play on YouTube.
I'll tell you what, is it'll put everybody in the mood a little bit. A little bit of alcohol, a little bit of music just changes people's moods.
Oh yeah, it was fun. Definitely a lot of fun.
Are you still bartending any, or are you doing something else now?
What was that? It was breaking up a little bit.
I said, are you bartending still, or are you doing something else?
No, yeah, I'm just a restaurant manager now.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but I'm still in charge of bars and bartenders and all that stuff. And then sometimes if the bartender gets backed up, I'll jump behind the bar and start making drinks. But I did that for 15 years. Worked at a lot of Mexican restaurants, so I can make a mean margarita, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I probably made easily over 1 million margaritas in my lifetime.
A lot of head.
Yeah. And I worked at different nightclubs. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I met a lot of people.
I've got
music and dancing.
Got a niece that going through college, put herself through college as a bartender, and degree in commercial art. And she did that for about a year, and then she went back to bartending again. She said, "I can make 3 times as much money bartending." She's a cute little thing. And said, "Man, I can make more money like that than I'll ever dream of if I had commercial art."
Oh yeah. It was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun.
And if you those kind of jobs, if you got the right kind of BS and the right kind of smile, it's a long way.
Oh yeah. It's true. I loved it.
Anyway.
Who's all in the chat?
Yeah, we got Kathleen Klein and Chasing America, and Tim, Time for Exploring, and let's see, Ashley was on here. I don't know who all in here now. I wish they had a deal on here that it showed who was coming into the room and who was leaving. That would sure be handy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised Dee was able to go live today.
Yeah,
it did seem like a lot of the we had a big group next to us, the escapees, and they had these huge Class A RVs. They're like monsters. And there was probably about 60 of them. They all left early this morning, so that might have helped the internet out there. But yeah, I was surprised on how well Dee's live stream, you know, went through without buffering or anything like that.
Yeah, Amy's saying that you and her need to talk, that you've been a restaurant manager for 8 years and been in with that company for 15.
Yeah. Yeah, Amy and I have a lot in common. That's true. Good old restaurants. I've been doing it. I've been in restaurants, food and beverage for 25 years. So I love it.
Not a bad gig.
Yeah.
You ever, there's a guy on and his girlfriend that take a teardrop travel trailer.
Yeah.
And they go to Alaska every summer, and she works as in the handing the drinks out, and he's a bartender. And they go up there and work for 3.5, 4 months in Alaska, and then load that little old trailer up, and come back. They've been doing that for about 5 years now.
Oh yeah.
They can make more money, in that 3.5 months in Alaska than they can working anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that was something I was going to ask you too. Have you got a wee booth?
Yes. So I have it's kind of like a Frankenstein setup. It's actually it's about 4 years old. So the cradle that's inside my van is a regular car Weeboost mobile device, but my antenna that's on top of the van is an RV antenna. But yeah, it works. It definitely helps. If I have, 1 or 2 bars, I can get 4 bars with it. And that could be the difference of, uploading videos faster or, live streaming without buffering. But when I was leaving town, was it Thursday, the 20th? Verizon released their the UB. It's called Ultraband 5G in my town. So now I'm gonna have super high speed connection with my Verizon phone. Yeah. So I'm super excited about that.
If you were going to buy a Weeboost, what model would you buy?
I think it's the OTB, over the road or over OTB. It's I think it's like $300, $350. It has a big antenna. I think it's called OTB.
A lady friend of mine bought one, and it was RB, but it's got a damn pole to put up and down.
Yeah.
And the one she bought was like $700.
$700? No, I wouldn't spend $700. About $400. About $400.
Yeah.
It's about right.
Up and around. Kevin said he bought a cheap one, and he's had good luck with it.
I've heard mixed things about it.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
But I plan to do a whole heck of a lot of traveling this coming year, so it'll probably be worth it. We're starting to lose Ray. Well, I tell you what I think it is, Kathleen. I think these companies like Verizon and AT&T are scared to death of this damn Starlink. That Starlink works like it's supposed to, it'll put all of them out of business. The way I understand it, they don't have to have towers at all. Yeah, that way went. And I think that, what, 6 months, they claim that Starlink ought to be going into. Yeah, I heard it getting quiet there. He started breaking up. You want to come up, Tim? Well, I think they got it up and running in a few places, just as a beta deal. I bet they get it working. What is it? They got to have 48,000 satellites up there. Okay, that'd be interesting. Well, I'm about 30 miles from the place that they test the engines for them rockets. And boy, they'll rattle the windows in this place when they fire them up. Yeah, I think that's right, Kathleen. Oh, no problem. You want to come back up? Well, come on. But I'd like to say, I think that Starlink is scaring them to death. And if he gets it rolling at $100 a month, like he talked about, that's and that'll be something else. Amy, did you see where one of those cruise ships was supposed to be coming in and docking in the States? And they owed $1 million fuel bill. They had federal marshals sitting there waiting for them to come in, and they went to another port outside the United States and flew everybody home. Yeah, that would be cool to see a lot. Yeah, I thought that was. Yeah, that's wild, isn't it? Well, I've been having fun the last couple of days. I had a couple of those 40 pound propane bottles, and the valves went bad on them. So, and I've just about got them done, but I built 2 wood stoves out of them things. And boy, they put a ton of heat out. There's something about a wood fire. That just, I can sit up there and just watch that fire and be happy. But those things make neat little stoves. I haven't yet. I need to. I need to make a video of them. I should have on the whole deal. I'll get some kind of video up on them. Yeah, it's gonna cost me about $15 to build these things. Um, I took and the pipe coming out the top. I went to a 2-inch conduit. That was just about right. And but I need to buy 2 elbows to put one of these things up, and so they're about, I don't know, $8 a piece. So that's about all. Everything else I picked up was scrap. Yeah, I like to play with things, Tracy. Maybe I need to reword that. I like the tinker with stuff. Well, I got another one I'm gonna build that I've got a cargo trailer that I about half got converted, but I need to make it a little bit smaller. But I'm gonna build another one. I'll go ahead and video it. It's gonna be out of what are they, 5-gallon bottle? It'll be a small. But boy, that thing put some heat out. I crammed it plumb full of wood. The paint was burning off of it, and so I filled it plumb up full of wood. And it, even without a door on it, it doesn't smoke much. It's all going out that pipe. So get where I can control that air a little bit. Well, that thing ought to really heat up. And I put that fire in it last night, and this morning it was still warm. I've got 3 or 4 videos I need to make, and to deal with my sister. Well, that's one reason I've been running these lives. They're just easy to do. Oh, maybe one of y'all can tell me this. Maybe Ray. I wish I'd have asked Ray. Or where do you find the place to go in and set it to where you got to be a subscriber for 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever you want to set it for? I've seen it somewhere, but I can't remember how to get to it. Do any of y'all know? Yeah, I looked around on it tonight and I couldn't find it. And I know I'm just messing around. I've seen it. Is it on YouTube? Not on StreamYard? Hell, okay. I'll go in and look. Oh, what's your weather like, Kathleen? It's still cold up there. We finally started breaking out of it down here. It was 60-something degrees today. Well, that'll get me headed that way anyway, Cat. Okay. All right. I'll go in and look at that next time. I'll play with it a little bit. Appreciate it, Ray. You want to come back up, Ray? Well, come on. I'll sit down and play with it. I think that's a pretty good deal. Knock on wood, we haven't had any trolls tonight. There he is.
Sorry, I lost you. Driving through the desert.
Yeah, I heard it started to break up a little bit. I figured it was fixing to go. But right
Yeah.
after you left, I got kicked off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. What the
Yeah.
going on there?
Yeah. So on StreamYard, when you're creating the broadcast,
Yeah.
toward the bottom of that page, when you're setting up the title and all that stuff, toward the bottom you could schedule it with the time and date, and then you could also upload the thumbnail, and then it will announce 30 minutes in advance once you're going live, and then it'll set a timer, a countdown timer when you go live, and then you can just go live from there.
Okay. I'm learning stuff already. I'm gonna be a smart ass old man.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient because it does three things. As soon as you create that broadcast, it gives you a notification to your subscribers that you have created a live stream in the future, and then 30 minutes prior you going live, it sends out a notification, and then once you go live, it sends out another notification. That's why I like doing my thumbnails the day of I go live on Wednesday, so everyone gets 3 different notifications from me that I'm going live on Wednesday.
Well, when you do that, do you have to have that 500 subs to do that?
No, you can do it now.
Okay.
Yeah, so just when you create, you'll see it next time you go into StreamYard and you're creating the broadcast, it's toward the bottom. They'll set time, something like that.
Okay.
Or schedule it later or something like that.
Yeah, well, I'll play with that.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, I've been real busy for the last few days, but I've got 3 or 4 videos that are just they don't like much being ready to post. And I need to start getting videos on there again.
Yeah. And going back to Starlink, so they came out with that first dish, right? The McDishy. And then now they have the brick looking one. Did you see that second version now of the Starlink dish?
Yeah.
So what I'm waiting for is the mobile one, which probably should look like what you see on RVs now, like a dome. So most likely the third version of Starlink will be something like a dome that's on truckers and RVers. That way the dome could track the satellites as the vehicles or my van is moving.
Yes. Basically, the signal will be able to rotate while you're driving and
Right.
not be stationary.
Right.
However, right now you're stuck to a cell that's located to your home address.
Yes. 100%.
And if you move, you have to look for a new cell. Let's say if you are moving from Santa Barbara, California, you're going to Quartzsite in the next day or two. You have to look for an available cell for Starlink and lock that in for that date and the time that you're there, because it wants to ping back to your home address, but you're not there.
Yes.
And that's the only major problem that Starlink owners are having right now on the road.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
Right.
And here's the other thing. So all the satellites that Elon Musk has put up there are at 550 miles above Earth. He is launching many more satellites, and Amy mentioned that they're going to be shooting up another rocket, which should have about, I think, 50 satellites. They'll be putting them up at 550 feet or 550 miles in the air. However, second phase is he will be putting satellites, which are called transmitters, at 350 miles above Earth, which means you'll get faster speed times, and it will cover a larger, broad area as transmitters.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, there was an article. He is going to go to Tonga Island, where the earthquake happened and the volcano blew up. They have no internet out there. He is going to be putting up manual towers to hit Starlink satellites so that everyone on the island has internet again until they can fix the underground cables that were disrupted by the volcano.
Yeah.
And that is very cool.
Yeah.
You know, I just hope somebody doesn't kill him. He's got a lot of good ideas, but he's stepping on a lot of toes.
Oh, he is.
And, you know, I just hope that somebody doesn't get after him like they have some people. But he's a wheeler dealer now. Ashley was wanting to know how she could get one of your stickers, right?
So far, just because I don't have an address, it'd have to just be, for now, it's just if I meet up with you, I'll give you a sticker kind of thing.
Yeah.
But hopefully I'm thinking maybe April, then I'll have different arrangements and probably be able to pass out more stickers.
Ray, you can send out a sticker without a return address.
True. That's
I've
true.
done that. I've done that to secure my location.
Yeah.
Even though I've had RVing with G, Wade from Vanquished here.
Yeah.
I've had Kevin Nomock Experience here. I mean, they know where I'm at,
Yeah.
but I don't want people to show up at my door.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
don't have a PO box, but you can send out stickers without a return address if that's the
Yeah.
case.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty hypersensitive on that kind of stuff. Like when we do the meetups, I'll put some white tape over my license plate because there's so many cameras around, and everyone always asks me, "Why do you have tape over your license plate?" Well, all the cameras, you know. So,
That's one good thing about being full time. Your address changes continually. It's hard for
yeah,
them to show up at your front door.
that is true. That is true. But say, well, I'm just super hypersensitive on that kind of stuff. Just being,
I think that's just being smart.
Yeah,
what was that?
You know, I said I think that's just being smart, protecting
Yeah,
yourself a little bit on that.
yeah,
it is. Yes.
yeah,
Um, yeah. Especially when I helped out, RVing with G George and Kevin Nomock Experience here at my house. I built his cabinet, in like 3 days. It took longer than he thought, but he thought you can just whip up something that's going to survive the earthquake motions of a van, especially if you take it off road. No, I built it right for him, and it'll probably outlast the van. But I did what I had to do, and it because I don't want anything to come back on me. But that was the first cabinet build I ever did for a van, and he's touring around, and I don't want my stuff to fall down or break. So uh, I over engineered it, uh, and it is working. The only thing that I asked him to do was seal it. You can put clear sealer on it. So if he's in the salty ocean area of the West Coast or East Coast, if that wood's not protected, it could damage the wood. So he has not done that yet. And all he has to do is put a clear coat of semi-gloss polyurethane on it, and it's done.
I tell you one that gets me is that people just freak out when they get 30 or 40 mile an hour wind. And if you get in that situation, just hook up and point that thing into the wind. Hey, you driving 70 miles an hour down the highway. They're built to take that head on.
Are,
And
are
so
you talking? Are you talking a semi or a Class A or Class C or a travel trailer or small pull behind trailer?
any
Because
of any of them,
okay, you lower your driving miles per hour to 50 miles or less if you're in high winds. I don't care who you are. That way you can control your vehicle.
yeah,
I've been I've been in 40 miles per hour winds. My RV was sitting there doing this, and I was like this. And then when a semi comes by you, guess what? Whoop, you're like this because they block the wind. But as soon as they pass you, woo, you're going the other way.
yeah. You can't tell me anything about pulling them RVs or driving them. I did that for 3 years.
Yep.
I
Well, you know what I mean.
got 325,000 miles of actually towing.
Yeah.
But
I've
but
been there, done it.
what gets me is that people freak out so bad, and now I'll stop if it's bad enough, but just point it in the headwind, just point the nose into the wind, and you're not going to get any damage on it. And
True.
it I get tickled with people about that. I've got caught in a couple places where tornadoes and stuff come through, and I was following a semi one night, and he must have been empty because about every 30 or 40 seconds, rear dual was on the left side of that trailer to pick up plumb clear of the ground. You can see plumb underneath him. He was that close.
Oh, lifting his tires?
Yeah.
Ooh, not good.
No.
If the wind's too bad, you get off on the neck. You slow way the hell down because the wind's not going to push you as quick, and it's going to take a lot more wind to push you over at a slower miles per hour. You get off at the next exit,
Yeah.
and you park it. You park it for the night. Your
That's right.
your travel's done for the night. Semi owners know this.
Yeah.
They call up the station. They'd be like, "I'm sorry, there's 50 to 60 mile per hour winds going across Interstate 90, east to west or north to south, and trying to push me over. I gotta sit till the morning, and then I'll pick up my shipment and continue." So they have to call their owner and let them know they can't do it. Nope. Semis will topple over. Your RV will topple over.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the worst thing.
I've had that side wind catch me to where it would carry you across 3 or 4 lanes. To keep it from turning over, you'd have to go with it, and then sort of head it in and get back across the road, just zigzag down that road. You can find a place to pull off.
Thank God I have never had that, but 2 lanes. 2 lanes it's pushed me over. And then when the wind breaks, then you freaking shoot back over in the other lane, and you're just like, woo wee. That was a freaking ride. It's time to get off the freaking road.
What is that? Three sisters in Wyoming between Cheyenne and what is it, Laramie? Yeah, Laramie. There's a mountain pass. I think it's Three Sisters. Is that the name of it, Kathleen, or am I coming up with the wrong name?
Three Sisters, Wyoming. I've only been
Yeah.
in Billings. I came up from Yellowstone up the canyon to Billings, and then I headed east on 90. So I don't know anything about Three Sisters.
Well, it's a place that I've got caught a couple times coming through there when they had a blizzard going on, and it was where you could still drive on it, but they couldn't clear the roads. As soon as they cleared the roads off, the wind was blowing so hard. Yeah, there you go. The wind was blowing so hard it would stack the snow back up on the highway just as soon as the snowplow went through.
Okay, so that would be the same as a blizzard in the Pennsylvania mountains on Interstate 80 or Interstate 90 or Interstate 70. 80 was the worst, which I got caught in, but I was in a front wheel drive car, and I was stuck in 1 foot ruts in the snow, and the second lane was never freaking plowed through. Uh, both lanes were not plowed through, but the cars and the semis went through the right lane. And if a semi wanted to pass you, they had to go through at least 2 foot of snow, if not deeper, to pass you. And that's where they would lose control and end up in a freaking ditch. And There was one semi. He started doing this when he passed me. Fresh freaking snow in the left lane, and I'm stuck in a foot rut with a front wheel Pontiac 6 G6. I can't do anything. But I'm sitting there watching his freaking trailer do this. I'm like, I try to pull over a little off of mine, and I'm just plowing freaking snow over the hood. And I was stuck in a blizzard on Interstate 80, trying to get back to the Navy base. And that was crazy. I'll never do it again, but I made it.
I tell you what, I don't ever give a damn about driving in snow again. I spent my time doing it, and that's the nice thing about RVing. If you need to pull off and wait, I don't give a damn if it's a couple of days. It doesn't matter. Just
Exactly.
pull it off.
Yeah. No reason to hurt your vehicle, yourself, or other people on the road. It's simple as that. Common sense. Shit happens when you're on the road. I went through coming out of, what was it, Grand Junction, Colorado, headed over to the Four Corners. We seen the storms coming across. We ended up in one where the rain and the wind was doing this, and it was literally picking up brain farting on the big Texas freaking balls of freaking that shoot across the road.
Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweeds. We watched tumbleweeds doing this in front of us. It was a microburst that freaking came over us. My wipers couldn't go fast enough. I slowed down. I was doing 55, slowed down for like 10, 15 miles per hour. My wipers weren't going fast enough, and we seen tumbleweeds just going back and forth across the road in front of us. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like we're in a small mini tornado. It's a microburst. And it just downpoured on us, and it lasted for like 3 minutes. And then the rest of the 5 minutes, it was still a downpour, but it wasn't that crazy freaking wind where we're watching tumbleweeds go from one side of the road to the other. It was insane. I'm like, yeah, we're in a microburst. and my RV was sitting there going like this. I'm like, which way are you freaking leaning? And I mean, I literally slammed on the brakes in like 10 miles per hour. I was about to stop on the freaking road. It's a 2-lane road. I turned my lights on and threw my hazards on, and my RV was sitting there just going back and forth. And I'm like, what is going on? That is another thing you don't want to get caught in.
You ought to try that on a motorcycle.
I don't think. Can you actually survive one of those microbursts on a motorcycle?
Yeah, I think you could. They cut the wind pretty good. Here about last year, I was dating a little old gal about 60, 70 miles from here. And so I took my Harley over there. And I started coming home and got out on the little 2-lane country road, and the bottom fell out. It went to raining so hard that you couldn't see 30 foot in front of you. Well,
Yep.
I was on that bike, and I knew there was a station up the road about 10 miles, and I thought, well, I'll get to there and I'll pull out of it. Well, I was running along, and I'd slowed down to maybe 40 miles an hour, something like that. And all of a sudden, I started up on a bridge, just a little low bridge, and I looked up and I was looking to pick up right straight in the headlight. And I don't think he ever saw me. I think it was raining so hard he never saw me. And I jerked that bike to the right and hit that guardrail. And that's when my motorcycle racing paid off. I rode that guardrail from one end of that bridge to the other. And never did turn that bike over.
Wow. Yeah.
But I made up my mind right then there wasn't going to be no more riding at night. And there wasn't going to be no more riding in a rainstorm. I'll be damned if I could just pull off and get wet. But you talk about lucky now.
Yeah. And that's one of the crazy things about Mother Nature. Them microbursts only happen east of the Rockies majority of the time. Because it happens so quick, and the downward pressure that comes down, you're caught in it. You can't do anything about it. And you hope to hell someone behind you is not still doing 60 freaking miles per hour in a freaking microburst, or they're going to slam into you.
You get down here in Texas, and you'll get a tornado come through, and there might be 20 of them microbursts around it, within 5 or 6 miles. And yeah, I've got hit. And like Kathleen said, common sense goes a long damn way.
Exactly, Kathleen. Yep.
And not being hard headed about it. Ain't nothing wrong with pulling off and parking one. If you think about the miles you run on the highway in your life, it's a damn wonder that everybody ain't dead. Just the odds with all the traffic and all that crap.
True. As long as everyone's doing what they're supposed to, we won't have accidents, but crap happens.
Yep.
I don't care if you're in a semi or in a car. Crap happens. And the biggest thing right now is the damn freaking cell phones.
Oh yeah. It has been
causing the scariest freaking accidents. That the guy freaking on a cell phone freaking gets T-boned by a car because he wasn't watching and he just passed a car, but that front bumper hits his back bumper, and then next thing you know, the guy in the car on the cell phone goes right into the freaking right lanes and then shoots right back across the highway, knocking out many more people. It's like, what the hell?
Oh,
Yep.
Tracy, them wrong way drivers or something else. Ooh. Get on top of my meet a set of headlights coming at you at 70 miles an hour and you're running 70. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had that happen?
If that was 70 miles an hour coming at you and you're doing 70 miles an hour, that's 145 miles an hour hitting concrete.
That's right.
Bye-bye.
Well,
your vehicles are exploded.
I met one coming over a viaduct, and the only thing that saved me, I saw the glow in the sky as he was coming up that viaduct. I thought, what the hell is that light? About that time, I caught his headlight, and and we were both running 70, 75, and I jerked, and just I couldn't have missed him 4 inches, and that was before the cell phones were popular, and he finally wrecked about 20 miles down the road. He was drunk, and he drove 20 miles on that 4-lane the wrong damn direction without killing somebody.
In a semi?
No, this was in pickup.
Oh, he was in a pickup. Okay.
But still going the wrong way. Like you said, 140 miles an hour, you can tear some shit up.
Yep. Once you impact 70, him going 70, you going 70. That's a 140 mile per hour hit concrete impact. Nope.
Hey, but
And Kathleen, I think mentioned the black ice. I've been in Michigan, and there was a corner coming around, and I'm doing 55 miles per hour, and on Interstate 23, going towards Ann Arbor. Next thing you know, my vehicle starts doing this, and I'm like, "Ooh, black ice." Let off the gas slowly, and then I feel my vehicle jerk, catching the concrete. I'm like, damn, there's a corner coming up there, and then I'm sitting there sliding, and then you feel the jerk, and you got grip, and then that's when you can slightly turn your wheel. But that is scary ass stuff right there. Black ice is no joke. I would have went off into a field if I didn't gain control and slow down any quicker with black ice, because you don't see it.
that's the problem in Texas is that like it last 2 or 3 days been cold, but if you get a sleet storm or a snowstorm or something here in Texas, it normally warms up above freezing in the daytime, and it'll freeze again that night. And you talk about slick now when it's water and it freezes, you know, uh, you can't drive on. Only way you can go is put 2 wheels off in the grass and 2 wheels on the pavement, and just about 10 miles an hour if you've got to go.
Yeah, or you're in the ditch
Yeah,
or off in a field. Back in the Midwest, we got the big culverts, so sometimes you're 10 foot in the air, sometimes you're 5 foot from the air, but you got to go through a culvert to get to the field. If that's a 10-foot freaking culvert, you're done flipping over. Even the 5 foot culverts, you go off on one of those, unless you can ride it and get into the field, you're okay. But most of the time, you're gonna flip if you freaking go straight off it.
Kathleen, when I quit driving commercial, they just sort of got where that was getting nationwide on those strips, and that would be a good deal on ice. I hadn't thought about that. But I didn't drive on them. Oh yeah,
Huh. I
hey,
didn't know about that, Kathleen. Not sure if that will help you stop, but
that's a good point.
that is that is very good, because the ice can't cover the whole thing, and wah, 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 the black strips or the rumble strips, yes. And in most states, they're at least a foot to 2 foot wide. Um, the rumble strips.
Did you
Now,
when you
in the middle sections, I think those are only 4 inches. That they cover the signal, your reflective signal in the street, that's imprinted in the cement, and they'll have a little rumble strip right near it. You know what I'm talking about, Ron?
yeah
If you cross the two yellows, there's like a little rumble strip in the middle, and it's telling you, hey, you done crossed the other lane, get back over. Um,
oh
yeah,
then
I don't want to test that theory, Kathleen,
that's one
but
in my pocket though.
if it happens, I will use that. The rumble strips, yes, to slow you down on black ice.
Tim, did you when you were in the Navy? Did you ever run across any of the water spouts?
No. We actually went around a freaking hurricane. We had to leave Norfolk, Virginia. All the major aircraft carriers and the big destroyers had to leave freaking Norfolk, Virginia back in 93. A hurricane was coming up the coast. We had to go around it. And here's the thing, we've already taken out all of the equipment for all of uh, the catapults. So all of the major tubing that had um, the full length of the catapult, there's two tubes on each side of the catapult with the I, with the driver that connects to the piston that connects to the airplane. All of it was gone. We got rid of all of the excess oil and fuel. We had to go around a freaking hurricane. So we were like um, 40 feet higher on our water line. So we were like 90 to 100 feet tall. And we had to go around a freaking hurricane, 40-foot swells. I got pictures of it. We would rise, the aircraft carrier was so long, it would rise up three 40-foot swells or two 40-foot swells and land on top of the third 40-foot swell. And when it slams, make sure you don't have your legs locked because it slams so freaking hard. You literally jump up in the freaking air and you're going to crush your knees.
I'm talking about those water spouts. I was in the Indian Ocean over there. Them
Nope.
things never did get in the Indian Ocean.
I was in the Mediterranean and the Atlantic and never had a water spout, but we did have to go around a hurricane. And that was the craziest freaking weekend we've ever done. And literally at night, the aircraft carrier is tipping like this all over the place and slamming.
I used to love to watch them water spouts. They'd be running around out there on the edge of that ocean, and they'd run up on the bank, run up on the beach. Well, as
Yep,
soon as they run up on the beach, they lose that suction off that water.
yep.
And you talk about something that's funny is to see one of them things that's several hundred feet tall run up on one of them beaches and lose that suction and start dropping a trillion gallons of water and fish going everywhere. Them
Oh,
people
because
over,
I pulled the fish up.
yeah, them people be over there gathering fish up. Boy.
Yep.
I saw that 2 or 3 times. Mother Nature's
Nope.
something.
Never seen a water spout on board the aircraft carrier. We were Mediterranean, about to go through the Straits of um, the Suez Canal to get over to Iran and Iraq. We were put on alerts because it was right after the first Iraq war. But we never had to go there.
Well, that was a mess down there in that Panama Canal when that damn ship got sideways in that thing with it.
Yeah, that blocked it up. What, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm gonna drop down real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Mother Nature is something else. I drove a lot of miles, but I haven't driven near like Kathleen is. Not long haul. I always drove. Well, you on the way home then, Fairy Dust? It sounded like everybody had a blast. I would have loved to see Ray with 15 shots under his belt. I bet he's funny as hell. Hmm. How far are you going to go tonight? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ray to drive into.
Hey, I'm gonna have a sir with you.
Yeah, there we go.
You don't mind me smoking on your live?
I don't care.
All right. Well, some people do.
Well, if I get up to where I'm monetized, then it makes a difference. You know, but I don't think they're going to say nothing. I'll smoke on here.
Yeah, I know you do.
Uh,
Yeah, but you keep it down low.
yeah, I'll sort of try to keep it out of sight, but by the same token, I don't think it makes any difference until you
Yeah.
get and you know it's supposed to be on alcohol too, and like Paula drinking the moose milk and stuff like that. You know, don't seem like anybody says anything. If they do, I'll worry about it then.
Yeah. No, we know. So what happened? Kathleen's like, when driving on an interstate in snow, remember the old adage, keep the white reflectors on the right. Oh? Not the yellow one? No, the yellow ones are off the road. Yeah, I would have to say for a lot of Californians, they don't know how to drive in the rain. I cannot expect them to learn how to drive in the snow. Oh my God.
I got caught in Houston, Texas, one weekend, and it come a damn ice storm, and it was that black ice. I drove that black ice for nearly 200 miles to get home. But now you talk about making you tighten up. Driving in Houston, Texas, with them idiots that ain't never drove on ice.
Yeah. Well, especially last winter, you guys got slammed big time
Yeah.
with that ice, the ice storm. And it knocked out power in freaking Texas, didn't know what to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
when that stuff went out, I never missed a lick. Damn, I had everything I needed. Just I could have went a month. It wouldn't have been no problem at all.
Yeah.
But some people, I don't care. They're not gonna have anything.
Yep.
They, I was talking to a lady and she was just raising hell. She said the government should have done something about that. I said, man, that ain't the government problem. You know, you ought to have some food and stuff stashed in your house or that kind of stuff.
You
You
got to
know,
prep for it.
yeah. And
Uh,
she said, I can't. I can't afford it. I said, look, every time you go to the store, buy 1 can, 2 cans. Pretty soon you've got what it takes. Now, you know, the only thing I ran out of, and this is funny.
Probably milk.
No, because I had powdered milk put back.
Don't say it was toilet paper.
Nope, it was bread.
Bread? Okay.
And so after all that got over with, I ordered a damn bread maker. Well, I got that took care of now, but
No. You don't know how to make regular bread in the oven?
oh yeah, I can. But this bread maker's so damn easy, man.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
know,
gotcha.
you just dump the stuff in there and walk off, and it makes good bread too.
Um, do you use that bread maker in your travel trailer?
Yeah, well, it's in my big travel trailer.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
I live in the travel trailer. I've been full time for about 3 years in the travel trailer.
Okay. So it doesn't use a lot of amperage then?
No, it's not. Of course, I'm
Oh,
plugged in here, but I've got
that would be something you can make a video of, because it doesn't use a lot of amperage, and instead of using propane or propane on one side, you're using electric on the other for a bread maker, because propane to make bread will take you at least um, 40 minutes to use propane to make bread.
well, this thing here I've got. It takes several hours to make a loaf. You know, it's not fast, but I've got the generators and stuff too. You
Hmm.
know, I've got all that covered. And I learned my lesson back when Louisiana got tore up so bad with Katrina and Ike. I had some friends that lived down there, and the
Yeah.
ones that had travel trailers and were prepared, it didn't bother them too bad. But the ones that weren't went without water and ice and electricity for like 6, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And you know, no electricity, you don't have water, you don't have sewer, you don't have any of that. And so, but that 2 weeks, that was the only thing that I didn't have, you know, and I had crackers and stuff like that that I could use, and I made a lot of cornbread,
Oh, there you go.
you know, and I keep that cornbread mix in there. And
Is that the Jiffy cornbread mix?
no, this is Martha Stewart or something. I don't like sweet cornbread. I like salty cornbread. And there's one brand of them packages.
So the last one I bought was Marie Callender's non-sweet cornbread,
Yeah,
and it was actually gluten free too.
this is
They
Martha.
they had a gluten free and they had a non-gluten free, but they were non-sweet. Um, so a lot of Southerners don't like the sweet cornbread. They like the regular cornbread.
Well, if I want a muffin, I'm gonna eat a muffin. If I want cornbread, I want cornbread.
There you go. Yep,
So,
exactly.
but you know, it doesn't really take that much to take care of things. I was telling them a while ago. Today, I had 2 40-gallon propane mugs, and I haven't got through with both of them yet. Got one of them finished. I built two small wood stoves that out of them propane bottles. Well, that'll take care of a lot. I've got all kind of wood around here,
Yeah.
so and they're small. You know, they're not a real big deal.
Well, hopefully no one gets sick from me walking around. I'm in my garage. I'm going back in the house.
But
Holding
Kathleen,
my laptop.
I believe in being that way. It just, and people are talking about civil unrest. Yeah, that's something to think about. But
Yeah, big
your
time.
your nature is something else. Now you get a tornado or straight line winds or ice storms or your likelihood of having to live through something or from Mother Nature are a whole lot more than something else.
Yes, exactly.
And so I believe in being prepared on that kind of stuff. I could actually, with what I've got, I could probably stretch it and go 6 months if I needed to. So, but now I did something else. Have you ever heard of pemmican? It
Pelican.
pemmican.
Pemmican.
Yeah.
It does sound familiar. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I get. I like history, and I got to looking at what the old timers and the Indians lived on, and so I made up. I jerked about nearly 50 pounds of deer. Made jerky up on about 50 pounds of deer meat, and then pemmican is ground up deer meat and berries and like cranberries or cherries or something like that,
Ah, okay.
and then beef tallow over it, and that stuff will fill you up. And I've got enough of the pemmican and the jerky, and then they got what they call a hardtack or chips biscuit, and that's real easy to make. I've got enough of those three that I could go 3 months on that.
So I've had the Navajo biscuits or the Navajo bread at the Four Corners, and the Navajo bread at the Four Corners, that was really good.
They,
So I don't know what the shelf life of like Navajo bread
it's
is
not that.
compared to what you're talking about, but I think it's probably pretty long because that's what they lived off of.
I vacuum packed all this, and it should hardtack got 100-year lifespan without any refrigeration at all.
The pemmican?
No, the hardtack. The pemmican it is vacuum sealed it, and it's got about 25 years. And
Okay.
and the jerky has got about 5 years. And it depends on what you put in it a little bit.
That and if you vacuum seal it, correct?
And I broke it up into what I figured would be 2 days ration, and then sealed that in to where you could grab a package. You didn't open up more than 2 days.
Yeah.
And now that doesn't count all the rest of the just normal groceries I've got. But that's light. You could throw 60 days worth of food in a backpack real easy like that. And I've tried it. I've made soup out of that hardtack and put the jerky in, rehydrated it, and that one day I tried the pemmican, and that's all I ate that day. And one little old bitty bar of pemmican, about that long, about 4 inches long and about an inch wide. I was completely full that whole day off of that.
Um, I will have to find out who sells pemmican and so that I can at least try it because I've never tried it. Um, I have heard of it though. When you mention it, I'm like, you just have to let me know what it is, but you did, and that definitely rings a bell. Yes.
Some of them old time ways are a lot better. That's like eggs. A friend of mine's got some chicken, and you take eggs, and if you don't wash them, you can throw them up on the counter, and they'll stay forever. They won't
That
go bad.
is true because they're not bleached.
Yeah, And
You wash them, they're bleached.
you know that
If you wash it, it loses the extra coating on the exterior of the egg.
yep.
And that's what happens with the eggs that we buy. Even if they say they're organic, if they wash them, it loses the extra protection on the exterior of the egg. That way they can ship them and they will last longer.
One
And I've had eggs from my friend last, shoot, 2 months. By the time I went through, because I already had eggs, he gave me 20, no, 36 eggs, and I already had 24, and I was cooking a lot of eggs. But by the time I got down to his eggs, because he never washed them, and uh, they're organic. They lasted so much freaking longer than store-bought eggs, and I
oh,
do give you that. Yep.
I read a story one time. It's supposed to be true. Gold rush out there in California, and food. They'd have one of them gold camps, and it might go from 15 people to 30,000 people in just a few days.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that came out of the gold rush as one of the richer people, the way he got out there and saw that panning was pretty tough, and so he went back north and got a bunch of big barrels, like big whiskey barrels,
Yeah.
and he bought eggs, and he put a layer of fat or lard in the bottom, and then he stood eggs up in that, and then he put another layer, and he filled like 12 of those barrels up with eggs, and then he got some pigs and hired somebody to rustle them, and of course they were having pigs on the way, and he carried them back. They were getting $10 an egg for,
Wow.
and like a pig, say 100-pound pig would bring close to $1,000.
Yeah.
Because they just couldn't get the meat. And but he got to be a multi-millionaire doing that with the eggs and the. I thought that was pretty interesting. I would have never thought about transferring eggs like that. And then the lard was something they couldn't get. The United States don't have many animals that have any lard on them. Bear,
Fat
deer.
free.
Yep.
Bear, pretty much fat free. When you cook up bear, I've cooked up black bear. Black bear meat, ground meat. They had to add fat to it. It smells like game meat, but when I freaking ate it, it tasted like hamburger. But the black bear game meat in California is so lean. You have to milk it down your steaks to get rid of some of the game taste, unless it depends on what it ate before you killed it. Like if it was in a berry patch, that is like the best freaking bear meat you could ever have. And you might not have to milk it down. So you can have bear steaks and it might have a little hint of game to it, but it tastes like steak.
I I do a lot of hunting on elk, deer, and these wild hogs down here. And the way I do one, if I kill a deer within an hour, I've got him skinned out. And I quarter him up. And normally within an hour to hour and a half, I've got him quartered up in a cooler and crushed ice over the top of it. And I'll
Okay.
leave it in that cooler from 3 to 6 days and just pop the plug every day and drain the water off. And if you do that, you won't have a wild taste at all in a deer. It takes every bit of that blood out of them, and it takes every bit of that water taste out of
And you were just soaking it in water?
them. Just water.
Okay.
That
Gotcha.
you're really not soaking in water all that much, but as it melts, it goes down through there. But you just got to keep it
Right.
covered inside. And I've been doing that for 20 years because if I walk in a place and I can smell wild meat cooking, I'm not eating it. And that deer meat doesn't have any odor at all to it. It'll be just, and it tenderizes it too.
Yeah.
You know,
I will admit the bear meat that I cooked in the skillet, um, it smelled a little gamey.
yeah.
But when I tasted it, it was like regular hamburger. I'm like, this is freaking awesome.
Most of my deer now, I cut up whatever in the back straps and what cuts real good steaks. I cut steaks out of it, and I grind the rest of it and put 10% beef tallow in it and package it up, a couple pound package.
Yeah.
But then if I want to make sausage out of it, all I got to do is unthaw it and put the sausage mixer with it and let it sit in the ice box overnight.
Yeah.
You got pan sausage then. Gone, Kathleen. We appreciate it, gal.
Well, hey, I need to let you go. Thanks for having me up in the panel. I have to work tomorrow. But it's been a pleasure being up here and talking with you and chatting with everyone off in the comments. And I definitely appreciate it, Ron.
Oh, I enjoyed it, man. Anytime. You have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Night, everyone.
Ray, are you still on the road or you done got where you're going? Oh, it's taken care of right. It's good. If it's not taken care of right, it's just nasty. How many more days, Amy? Are you driving or you stop for the night, Paradise? Hmm. I'm gonna get you a cat nap. As if you're keeping score, huh? Well, I'm glad. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. Mm-mm-mm. Folks, I think I'm about ready to shut this thing down too. We've been on here 2 hours. I hope y'all all have a good night and a safe one. Paradise, you take it easy going on all. Miss Tracy, you have a good one too, girl. I'm gonna get out of here. Good night, all.